Saeed's on mute, I swear.
My bad. Apologies. Welcome, people. Welcome to the Friday debate show. We're back. We're live. And we're here to talk about an interesting topic which will offend some people. So, listen, just going to get a disclaimer out there. Any Martial fanboys, right now is your time to go away. No, I'm only joking. He plays for Man United, man. You know what I mean? We're going to give him some fair criticism. And also, we're going to give him some praise as well because he plays for Man United. You know, did you not believe? But listen, it's good to have the regular guest back on. We got a man like Charlie, mate, back from holidays. How are you, mate?
No, all good, mate. Thanks a lot for having me again. It's been quite a while, so I've missed these shows. Quite a lot has happened since, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a lot has happened, man. Man like Statman Baines is back and fresh from Barcelona. You know what I mean? You didn't really do anything in Barcelona, did you? Because what happened to Frankie de Jong deal?
Don't worry, Mert was working on that. We're trying to get the 17 million paid.
Oh, my God. But the problem is, yeah, I actually don't blame you for once because it's not even down to us, man. It's down to them absolute crooks, man. Barcelona crooks, people. I've had enough of them.
Unprecedented times, isn't it? Like, who would have thought a club would be run like that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, they're talking, man. Gahar, man. Big up to Gahar, man. Adam, it's good to see you back, man. Good to see you. Good to have you on here, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. People are telling me about the foot golf. I told you, man. You know what it was? Yeah, at the start, man. I slow burner, man. I was doing too much power, too much this and that. But you've seen it now, man. I'm flying at the minute, so just keep watching, man. You know what I'm saying? But listen,
I'm back
we're here
in,
to talk about. Listen, we'll see, man. We'll see. But we're here to talk about Anthony Martial, and today we had some good news. Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United board want to keep Anthony Martial at the club. The decision has been made internally and communicated to the player. Two clubs are keen on signing him on loan, but Man United have no intention to let him go as of now. That's the key word there. So it could change. Charlie, man, good news, obviously, on our behalf because we don't have a striker at the minute. You know what I mean? That he's the only striker available at this minute. How are you feeling, man, about this news so far?
Well, look. I've always rated Martial very highly in terms of his ability. I've got no issue with Martial's ability. In my opinion, Martial is one of our best players, if not our most important attacking player, in terms of what he can bring to the whole team. Right, in terms of the whole team. In the last couple of years, his career has stalled. But when Martial plays, Rashford and Bruno tend to play better. The team tends to play better. If you look at the football that Manchester United played under Ollie, other than the period when Cavani was in the team, the periods that Man United did well under Ollie was when Martial was at number 9. You think about when he first came in, Ollie, you think about sort of post-lockdown. Martial has been key for Man United. When Man United have been, although we've been relatively unsuccessful, when we played better football in recent years, Martial has been a part of it. So, look, I've got no issue with Martial's ability. He needs to stay fit. That is the big issue. That's why I'm not getting too excited. He's had lots of injuries, particularly I think knee injuries has been one of the worst ones for him. He needs to stay fit. But in my opinion, if Martial is fit, if he stays fit and we get to the first game of the season, Cristiano Ronaldo will be on the bench for me if he stays, and rightly so. He'll be on the bench there until somebody deserves to be dropped. But we've seen in pre-season, Martial, he is a top. In my opinion, he's always been a top player. He's just got issues in terms of injuries, mentality. He needs to apply himself, and if he does that, Man United will do well.
Statman, I don't know why always Martial's a sensitive subject, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, man. I feel like for me, I've not got loyalties to kind of Martial or anyone. If you perform, I'll give you praise. If you don't perform, I'll just say how it is, innit? What is it with Martial, man? Because, you know what I mean? For me, there is a lot of excuses because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He hasn't been consistent or whatnot. But what is it with Martial that divides opinion for you?
I'll be honest, I feel like the most frustrating thing with Martial is his fan club. Like that's what I think. That's what I personally think it is, isn't it? Because I'll be honest, like I feel like first 3 games Martial has done extremely well, and I've been very, very impressed with him in pre-season. But like like it's not just Martial fanboys. I think it happens with most players. Like they do too much kind of thing, innit? Like we can't excuse Martial for the last 18 months when he hasn't been good enough. But let's be honest, first 3 games in preseason, you have to give credit where credit is due, and he has been very, very good. Like scoring goals, linking up play, is been impressive kind of thing. Can you continue this for the entire season? Only time will tell kind of thing, innit? Only time will tell. But I feel like he's kind of saved his career for now in terms of first game of the season. He's definitely starting kind of thing, innit? The first couple of games, he definitely will be starting. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Adam, you're similar to Charlie. You've always rated Martial in terms of his link-up play. You know, do you reckon this is a different now? Because it's kind of like mad, isn't it? Because I feel like, you know, the pressure's now on him because obviously Ronaldo's kind of made his decision. He wants to leave. That situation's going on right now. So it's now a massive pressure on his 8th season to kind of deliver now. Are you confident he could deliver for Man United this season? I know it's not all his fault and it shouldn't be his kind of thing, but obviously, you know, I mean, in terms of the goal scorer, the number 9, everybody just looks at him as that person that needs to score goals. They'll judge him because Ronaldo got 18 goals. Right, let's see what you're made of now. Are you confident about Martial now, or are you still 50-50?
No, I agree with Charlie with it. I agree pretty much with everything Charlie said, but I don't think the goals even matter that much, to be honest. As long as someone scores them. And now we have a team that will be functioning as a whole. So I expect Martial to be very important. And I don't expect him to be important regardless of whether he scores or not. He can be important without scoring, and he can be very important scoring goals as long as someone does score those goals. And I have a big issue with the Martial has been poor for the last 2 years because he didn't play last season. I think his Sevilla spell wasn't that good, granted. I think the biggest problem has been injuries and being compared to an English fan favorite. That is pretty much the biggest problem Martial had to face. Because even the season before, I think he was poor in front of goal because he usually is very clinical, and he was quite poor that season when he was about finishing and actually putting the ball in the net. But his overall play has always been good. And if you look at the 4 or 5 times he played for us last season, because he didn't play much more than that, I think he had quite a few goals ratio. That I think his goals ratio per minute was actually quite good. And overall, the way he played improved everyone around him. So the last 2 years, Marcel hasn't been poor, really. He hasn't been at the level we know he can reach, and he's been very unfairly treated. And that bugs me. Because I'm not part of Martial FC or this or that. Any player can get it. Anyone. It's just that, well, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Because if somehow he becomes very, very poor, I'll say it. But he's a talented player. So even if he underperforms, he's a talented player still.
I can't lie, I disagree. You know the season before when he got 17 on penalty goals?
Yeah.
Like that season, I think everyone agrees he's one of the best strikers in the league, innit?
Easy.
After that season, you expected him to kick on kind of thing, innit?
I'm
not blaming all of it on Martial because we know like Ollie's system and stuff, but everyone expected better from Martial.
Yeah, but the season after, he played just as well. He just didn't score. I said he was poor when he
No, exactly. Like don't get me wrong. Like his all-round play was there in it, but still in front of goal, people still expected more from Martial. He was missing more chances than you would have expected. Because let's be honest, Martial that season before when he got 17 non-penalty goals, everyone was calling it I scored Martial kind of thing. He's a very good finisher on his day kind of thing. During that season, his finishing was very good, but the season after that, we expected him to kick on, and he didn't.
See, this is the problem. Yeah, this is the problem, though. I think are the fan base in this modern generation now, Adam? I don't know if they're gonna take, you know what I mean, link up play and whatnot, and all this. Like as a striker now, they're gonna see him and be like, you know what? What's he gonna give to us? Like, is his numbers gonna be high? Is he gonna give us the goals needed? And that's what I think a lot of expectation. Maybe fans have to have a different expectation from Martial, but for me, like I said to you, it's about the inconsistency. One season it's good, the next season he doesn't have that same level of kind of consistency and numbers, and that's where people are kind of questioning Martial. When the going gets tough, can he be there to say, you know what, nah, I'm the main man here, or does he go back into his kind of like his mode of, you know what, he finds it difficult, and then the crowd get on top of him, which is kind of mad. But let me just read the super chat here. These players should be on thin ice. All of them actually got a clean slate under Ralph Rangnick, whom they undermined and down-tooled. Rife might not be a top manager, but he was miles better than Ollie. Yeah, everybody knows that, bro. But big up to the super chat from Shavam. I'm going to bring up some stats here that Statman sent me. You get me? I don't know if it's...
Wait, can I just answer something in the comments?
Yeah, go on.
Someone says Statman Baines, he still played well overall, decent in the 18 months, but he didn't get the goals. Come on, man. He's a striker and his finishing was poor.
This is what I'm saying. Again, that's why.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I say, yeah.
Now then again, I'm sorry, but if you ask Liverpool fans, there was a season where Firmino had 23 goals and didn't win nothing. The season after that, he had 12 goals in the Champions League.
No, but
it depends on which player does what for the team.
No, I hear that, yeah. But you still have to consider the finish. If a player is underperforming in a certain area, which is very important for that position, you criticize them kind of thing, innit?
Yeah,
especially considering how high Martial is rated.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I said, because I agree with you. I said his overall play was good, but I think
I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, like, the people in the comments, you can't just say like the rest of his play is good, his finishing was poor, and just undermine like that finishing part kind of thing, innit? You still have to criticize that part.
I think his finishing was poor that season.
Yeah,
his finishing was poor compared to what he usually is, and he usually is very good in front of goal. So that season, when it comes to finishing, 100%, it was below par. The rest of the performances, they were actually good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring these stats for Sevilla.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously Sevilla, he massively underperformed.
Wait, go down. You'll see like the numbers and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, go on, explain it then.
No, it just shows like the goals, assists, and then I think if you scroll
so look,
to the
obviously
right,
the first season,
like the ratios and stuff, innit?
So GLS and that's where you want to be looking. GLS and AST.
Okay, cool. So here, look. When you look at it now here, what do you reckon the season he kind of struggled the most? So it's like one season it's great, one season it doesn't pick up. I remember the 17-18 season here. If you look at his actual stats, he was performing well until Sanchez came in.
Yeah, the first half of the season, he was bossing it kind of thing, innit?
Yeah, he was bossing it. So for me, like I said, I just feel like for me, with Martial, right, it divides opinion, Statman. But at the end of the day, goals, where do you look at it from in terms of goals and in terms of link-up play? Is there a kind of like, do we kind of misinterpret it nowadays in the new football era now? Because when you look at it, like, what do people want now? Do you want goals? Do you want like assist link-up play? Are the other rest of them going to be able to kind of get the goals? Are Sancho and Martial going to be able to get the goals in? That's the situation we're dealing with now, Statman.
I think it just depends on how the manager uses the player. For example, Darwin Núñez, he's not really going to be used much in the link-up play. He's going to be used as a box striker, and like we saw it yesterday, he scored 4 goals. He's a very, very good box striker. But if you ask him to do other parts, like linking up play, which someone like Martial is better than, there's no point kind of thing, innit? So I feel like it's just up to the manager and how they use a certain player kind of thing. But I feel like people kind of do like the extreme kind of thing. Like just because you like, okay, a player can be good at linking up play, but you still want the goals kind of thing, innit? And vice versa.
Yep.
You want a decent balance. Yeah.
So his highest goals he scored is 17 goals in the Premier League in 1920. And then I think the first season, I think he got 11. And then I think he got like a couple in the in the Europa League and the FA Cup and whatnot. So, Charlie, I mean, can he improve?
He doesn't need to improve. He doesn't need to. This is the thing. Like, Martial does not need to get any better as a player. This has always been my opinion. Martial is a very good player. He just needs to stay fit and apply himself. He needs to work hard off the ball. He needs to apply himself. He needs to get a good relationship going with the other players. He doesn't need to get any better. This is the problem. Like, I understand what Adam and Statman are both saying, right? I understand. And I agree. I sort of agree with what they're both saying. The thing is with Martial is that Martial, when he doesn't score goals and assists, contributes a lot to the team. He contributes a lot to the team. We want him to get goals, of course we do. And that was the bonus in the 1920 season under Ollie, where he got lots of goals and he contributed to the team without scoring goals. It's not all about goals. You know, you look at the players that Erik ten Hag has used in the past. You know, obviously Dusan Tadic as a false 9. Obviously Sebastian Haller he used, who was sort of obviously left the Premier League and came to Ajax. So you've got to look at the players that Ten Hag's used in the past. Ten Hag has used players who, I'm not saying they were finished or, you know, their careers were stalled, but they'd left another team. You know, they weren't wanted by many teams probably. And Ten Hag fancied them. He saw something in them. So he obviously thinks that with Martial. And even if Martial doesn't score lots of goals, he still will contribute to the team. And that I would much rather have these sort of team players. It's like Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has improved, in my opinion, quite a lot already in the 3 preseason games. I think Bruno's played quite well. But because he hasn't, I don't think he's scored. I don't think Bruno's scored in preseason, has he?
No, he hasn't scored yet. No,
yeah, he hasn't scored now. But because he hasn't scored, a lot of people think, "Oh, Bruno's not playing well." Bruno's actually played better. He's kept it more intricate. You can see with Bruno when he's about to, he sort of half thinks, "I'm going to play that longer pass," but then he thinks, "No, Ten Hag wants me to play that extra shorter pass," and you can see you can almost see his mind working. So that's what Ten Hag wants. We will have. I tell you now, if Martial plays most of the games, you will see between our team, the goals will spread around. The goals will spread around. When Ronaldo plays, the issue is Ronaldo scores goals, but people around him don't score as many goals. That's the problem, because we don't score as many team goals.
This is the issue.
That's
the
issue.
And
that's
hopefully it changes. Yeah. Hopefully it changes.
So if Martial plays, you'll see everyone else's numbers will probably go up. Midfielders will score a few goals because we'll play more like a team. So I'm not bothered. Said, as I said, can Martial get better? He doesn't need to improve his ability at all. He needs to improve his application. He needs to improve his fitness and his work rate. If he improves those things, he'll be good for us this season.
Yeah, I'm just going to read a couple of super chats before I get to you, Adam. Big up to everybody who's still watching. Over 400 people watching, man. Please, guys, make sure you like the video, man. It costs you nothing to like the video. So please, guys, if you're watching right now and you enjoy the content, smash a like on the video. Big up to Knowledge Anthony again. Big up to you, bro. If CR7 started, then Erik ten Hag will have to make the team play for him instead of playing for the team, which takes the goals away from the rest of the team, which obviously, Charlie mentioned. Martial starts Bruno and Rashford scores. It's not coincidence. Big up to Ijiro. He goes there. Big up Said. Martial scores goals when there's no pressure or competition on him. He fits the Ten Hag system perfectly. This is it now. You know what I mean? Adam, when there's pressure, be honest. Does he fold? And you know what? It's not a negative question. A lot of people say, what you're talking about, like he's got confidence. You know what I mean? I hate that attitude. I'm not talking about attitude. I'm talking about when there's pressure, can he live up to that? And you have to ask yourself, because right now the manager will have to rely on him if we don't have Ronaldo, and if we don't, possibly buy a striker. So can he handle the pressure?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, but I think the more accurate question is not necessarily. Am I freezing? Do you hear me? Do you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the more accurate question is not is he handle the pressure, is can he actually handle fair pressure, fair competition? Because Martial, as you said earlier, as a Statman, he was playing very well that first half of the season. And then Sanchez came in and he got dropped. Martial didn't score as many goals. Rashford scored a few goals, and he got booed and he got insulted. Martial is not this and that. Rashford.
I remember.
He got dropped immediately for Cavani, for Lukaku, without actually deserving to lose his place. So maybe he can't handle the pressure. Maybe. And I want him to be more aggressive. I want him to improve his work rate. There are many things I want Martial to improve, in the sense that I want him to be more physical and more putting his body on the line a bit more, to have more aggression about him. But if the pressure and the competition is fair, actually what I'm trying to say is we are still yet to see a fair competition for Martial. Something that is actually, if you play better than the other, you keep your place, or if not, you get dropped. That never happens. And we have lost this thing in our club. We never give people the opportunity or the starting places in the lineup when they deserve it. People get new contracts when they don't deserve it. People get captaincies when they don't deserve it. We reward things we should not reward, and we do not actually give credit and give praise to behaviors that actually deserve to be praised. So as a human being, if you are being unfairly treated, you're not going to compete, because the rules are not set up to be fair. So what's the point?
I'm gonna rephrase that. Okay, when there's adversity, do you think Martial copes well with that? You know, because I get there's been trials or tribulations, I get it. But do you think when there's adversity comes his way, do you think he rises up to it, or do you think he maybe kind of, I don't know, like, does it affect him? Does it affect him? Because I'm not trying to say his confidence goes down, but does it affect him? Like, all I just want to see is like, Because I get what you mean. Like when there's been situations of Sanchez coming through the football club, that's been wrong. Remember when Ibrahimovic took his number 9 shirt? That was wrong. You know, I think there was a season when he was playing well, and then obviously Cavani came in. That I get it, I understand that. But do you think he copes well with the pressure and the adversity that comes his way? That's what I want to know.
I think it's tough to say because we don't really know. But based on what we have so far, the dates we have, I think you would have a very strong case about saying no, he doesn't, based on what we have, on the data we have. But I don't think we have a very healthy and very good situation at the club for many, many years. Just look at Pogba and Matic, for example. They got slated for years and years and years, but we didn't have no better player than them, actually. Those were two of our best players. And look at Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly was apparently had attitude problems, and he was leaking. But Eric Bailly deserved to play more than he did. And Donny van de Beek deserved to play more than he did. And Marcus Rashford did not deserve to play as much as he did. So, but going back to your question and to answer it with a yes or no, so far we don't have enough evidence to suggest that Martial actually copes with it very well. We don't.
Okay. I'm going to read a couple of super chats before I come to you, Statman. Big up to you, Rondo64, Rash, Sancho, Tony. Can they get 50 points combined, including GA from all three? Just a quick yes and no from everyone. Can they get 50 points combined? I think it's too early to say, man, isn't it? Because we need to see how the team plays in and the team fares. But
what do you mean by 50 points?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does it mean 50 goals combined?
Goals and assists,
I think it means 50. Yeah, goals and assists. Can they all get it combined? 50 goals and assists?
Yeah, they will. They will. With the Europa League as well. I think with the Europa League, I think that would be a good chance to rack up some numbers.
Fair enough. Big up to Maliha. Martial can handle the pressure. He took us to single-handedly the 2016 FA Cup final. He needs to be trusted. That's the bottom line. I'm just going to bring up Laurie Whitwell's tweet as well, which is kind of like, it's mad, you know, to think that Anthony Martial was one of the players that Man United were open to selling for the right price when summer started, but not now. Eric Ten Hag adamant he stays. Being the man in pre-seasons have built up momentum. Fascinating is what happens when Cristiano Ronaldo returns. And this is the problem, isn't it, now, Statman? What does happen when Ronaldo returns? You know what I mean? Does Ten Hag go back with that? Obviously, I was having a chat with Rance, and he was adamant that he will tell Ronaldo, you're not part of my plans. I disagreed. I said, I don't know if Ten Hag has that level of authority just yet, and the level of, like, he can't say that to Ronaldo. That's what I kind of said. Where are you on this one? If Ronaldo does come back, will it change the dynamics, do you think?
Yeah, it probably will, because he's a different sort of player to Anthony Martial, isn't it? I think everyone agrees, no matter what at the start of the season, Anthony Martial deserves to start, innit? Like, I think everyone agrees, just because Ronaldo hasn't had a pre-season, you don't know what the manager's asking. Martial deserves to start. And then I think then it's just about competition for places, isn't it? Whoever performs the best plays. I think that's what it is with, like, most positions. Obviously, like, let's be honest, Ronaldo is going to have a bit more of an advantage because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, his name is bigger. Like, whether people disagree with it is a different story. But that's how football is, kind of thing, isn't it? Sometimes just the biggest name will just be preferred. But if Ten Hag's brave enough, let the best man win, kind of thing. And I think Ronaldo needs to kind of know his body in terms of you can't be starting every single game next season. Like, let's be honest, last season under Ralph and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played way too much, innit? Yeah. So I think time will tell now.
Yeah. This is it, Charlie, man. You know what I mean? When Ronaldo does come in, you know what I mean, there will be a different dynamic. How do you think Ten Hag should take this? Because Ronaldo's yet to come back from pre-season, you know what I mean, from his little break that he's having, personal reasons, whatever. We don't know just yet. Where were you on this Ronaldo versus Martial, and who should be really starting the season? Obviously, it's 2 weeks left to the season start. I think we should be having this question, you know? Like, I'm being serious. Like, why can't we have this question when there's 2 weeks left to the season? Ronaldo or Martial? What we do, we have to decide soon, because there's no point talking about, saying it's a bit too early to decide when one's had pre-season, one's doing well in pre-season, and the other one isn't here.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried, though, because Martial, as I said, he's had a lot of injuries. So if Martial, for example, were to get injured in the next couple of games, we're in deep trouble. Deep trouble, because Ronaldo hasn't been well, you know what Ronaldo's like. He probably has been training, like behind the scenes, etc. But Ronaldo hasn't been with the group. Manchester United, we've had this situation with Barcelona for De Jong. We're acting a bit slowly at the moment in terms of getting another forward in. We're hoping to get rid of Wan-Bissaka and sign maybe a right back. There's been nothing since the Martinez deal. So if Martial were to get injured right now, we're in trouble because we haven't got a number 9. Rashford cannot play at number 9. Elanga can't. Ahmad can't. Sancho can't. Bruno isn't a false 9. Donny van de Beek is a false 9. That could probably be the next best alternative with what we've got. Would he do that? I wouldn't put it past Ten Hag. He's a bit of a crazy man. He's a clever man. He'll find something out. He'll find a way. But I am still worried about Martial. Look, I said with Martial at the end of last season, I said I'm happy for Martial to go if we find the right offer for him. He's had enough time here. Of course he has. I've never had a problem with his ability. This is what I'm saying. But because of the manager we've got at the moment with Ten Hag, he obviously fancies Martial. There's no offers out there that Martial obviously wants. I think Fabrizio said there's 2 loan offers. He probably doesn't want to go out on loan again. He wants to play for Manchester United. So, as I said before, we've got to get rid of our worst players and keep our least worst players. And Martial is one of our better players, in my opinion. So I don't think you could sell Martial. Ronaldo, I would sell him. I would get rid of him if an offer comes in because he wants to leave. But it's just I'm a bit fed up of how Ronaldo's acting. And we still need another forward player. But yeah, when Ronaldo comes back inside, it's got to be a fight for your place. But we know Ronaldo's character. He won't be happy with that. Will he cause issues? Possibly. But, you know, Ten Hag said he wants to work with Ronaldo. So he's obviously got some sort of plan for Ronaldo. None of us are saying Ronaldo's a terrible player. We're just saying that when Ronaldo's in the team, I don't think we function better as a whole unit. I think Ronaldo scores lots of goals, but I think we need to perform better as a whole unit. So it's not just about the goals.
Absolutely. Big up to Knowledge, Anthony. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Ronaldo's going to ruin the team play. Yes, he is my GOAT. He's very selfish. He wants all the goals to himself because it boosts his status. Really, Benzema all had to run for him and take the back seat. You know,
and Ronaldo rewarded that with Champions Leagues, by the way.
Yeah,
like he paid it. He paid it back, kind of thing.
Yeah. Of course, he provided the goals and whatnot. You know, again, Adam, it's very, very easy. I think, you know what? Yeah, it's very, very easy to bring the argument of Martial will help the team perform better and whatnot. And you know what? Evidence shows in preseason we're playing better. You know what I mean? But to have Martial as your only striker, is that a worry for you? You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're not linked with Skamaka. He's on his way to West Ham, I believe, at the minute. We might bring Anthony, but then that means Rashford is second striker. That might play as a, second striker if Sancho's on the left. Are we playing a little bit of a dangerous game here? Or do we need, are we playing a little bit of a dangerous game?
Yeah, I think so. If we have an injury to Marcel, I think, as Charlie said, we're in trouble. And I think the ideal setup was to have both Ronaldo and Martial, to be honest, because I really, really like Anthony Martial as a player, but I would have no problem with him leaving last season or the season before. There just comes a point. I love Pogba, but I have no problem with Pogba leaving. That's it. We move and we go to another era, let's say, or Matic the same thing. And many good players, I think, deserve to stay over that players that are still at the club. And it's okay. But I think we needed to have Ronaldo and Martial. So that's 2 options forward. And I think Martial is better than on the left than Rashford. So okay. I would probably have Ronaldo, Sancho, and Martial as a front 3. And Ronaldo doing probably what he did at Real Madrid with Karim Benzema, just switching a bit and linking up together. Because Ronaldo is a very, very, very good goal scorer. And Martial is good at linking up play. So when you combine those 2 profiles of player, you can have actually quite a good firepower up front. So I wanted Martial and Ronaldo to play together. I wanted that last season. And I would have wanted this with Erik ten Hag, if I'm being honest. But just as Charlie said, I have a problem with the way Ronaldo's behaving. He's just that guy, when he wants something, he just feels like whatever he wants needs to happen. Well, that's just not how it works. This is Manchester United. You've done it with he tried to do it the first time with Sir Alex, and Sir Alex threatened to put him on the bench for the remainder of the next season. So, and this is what happened when you have an actual real manager with a proper spine that is actually able to discipline his players. Sir Alex was able to discipline to get to whoever, and it didn't matter to him. So I have a problem with him not being in the team. So we are hearing about family issues. So if that's really the case, well, we can't speak about it until we know what's happening. Well, we just don't know. We just don't know. So if he does really have family issues, then it's just okay and normal for him to stay with his family. But him wanting to force a move and not showing up to training and whatever he wants needs to happen, I have a problem with that. Because if you ask me to choose between a club and a player, an institution and a player, I will always pick the institution. I will always pick the club ahead of anyone. And that includes Pogba, Martial, Cristiano Ronaldo, whoever it may be. So Alex Ferguson was willing to sell Rooney, and he sold Beckham, and Keane left, and everybody left. And we're still here as a club. So when Cristiano Ronaldo comes back, he needs to sit on the bench if he's not leaving. Until he does, and he shows that he needs to play or something like that, or actually it proves us that we need him, which we might very well be. We might need Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not against it. But Martial needs to play. That's 100% sure.
Absolutely. Big up to Leif for the super chat. We need to look at the latest on CR7CV. Not all wanted and looked upon as a problem at Juve. Big up to you for the super chat. I got a couple more to read. Knowledge Auntie says 3-week emergency, family emergency, selfish lies. I think that one you have to consider the what he said and take it on that value. When we know after that, we just have to base it on that. So we just have to base it on what we know rather than what we don't know. Roca DJ says Ronaldo provided goals, but we play terrible. He just doesn't work at this point and we move. You know what? A lot of people are saying this, Statman, yeah? And I feel like for me, I'm not, you know me, I said at parts he looked finished last season where it does with mobility and whatnot. Are people overlooking what Ronaldo can still give to Man United? Are we kind of like, overlooking that and thinking, you know what, just because Martial has now done a little bit in pre-season, we're kind of dismissing what Ronaldo still can offer?
Of course. Just quickly on this here, the super chat, but we play terrible. Is it Ronaldo's fault that Harry Maguire was basically passing the ball to the opposition every single time? Is it Ronaldo's fault Rashford couldn't run like 10 yards without, like, literally just run? Because he was walking around the entire pitch last year. Is it Ronaldo's fault that a team as a whole was set up poorly by the managers? No. Like, you can't just blame Ronaldo for everything. Even though I've said it, I do think it's the right time for Ronaldo to leave in it. But the way people talk about him is like, it's just a joke kind of thing. But I think Ten Hag said it. Like, Ronaldo does offer goals. Like, say what you want. He got 24 goals last year. There's still an asset and an attribute that people will like. And that's an attribute that...
And this is the fan base stat, man. It's the same fan base that booed Martial off the pitch. Or when was he coming on the pitch, they booed him? Or was it...
Yeah, I think it was against West Ham, innit?
Yeah. So it's this fan base doesn't... Like, let's be real. They don't really appreciate Martial because... And I'm not saying all of the fans. I'm talking about the actual match-going fans. There's a lot of people who associate him being like, lazy and doesn't really care about the badge. And again, like I said to you, it's,
you see that lazy thing, like the pressing.
I know, I don't get it.
Here. This is what I keep saying. One player doesn't, like, you don't press with one player kind of thing.
Exactly.
This idea that Ronaldo can't press, okay, we'll see it now because we actually got a coach that has set up certain pressing triggers and we can see it so far kind of thing, innit? But last season, when the entire team weren't pressing and we were pressing in ones with like Bruno Fernandes just chasing goalkeeper, that's not Ronaldo's fault. That's as a team, we were set up poorly kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
That's why I just don't get me wrong. Like, you can blame Ronaldo for certain things, innit? But you just can't blame him for like the entire of last season. And I'm not saying he was phenomenal last season. I said it was a 6 out of 10 season. But the way certain people talk about him, crazy.
Yeah, it is. Big up to Benji Godzilla for the super chat, mate. Watch MU play live for the first time versus Palace. So happy, man. Big up to you, man, in Australia, man. This season, we need two priority, the football progress more than the results. It was good to watch Man United control the game and function the system. Yeah, man, 100%.
And just quickly, pressing, people think pressing is just running around like a headless chicken, by the way. It's not.
Yeah. Absolutely. You have to press with intent. And it has to be controlled pressing as well, where we're working in synchronization, man. So, yeah, 100%, man. Big up to Knowledge Anthony You know, I mean, definitely got Ronaldo. You don't like Ronaldo, man. He did the same at Juve when he came to us. He lied to them, and then all of a sudden he requested to leave in the middle of preseason training. No explanation to them. I don't believe him. Listen, strong opinions, man. It's all about opinions, people. It's all about opinions, man. Guys, there's nearly 700 of you watching. Apparently, we're not hit 200 likes, man. Guys, man, make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribing to all the channels. The link's in the description. Statman Bays' channel. He's back on YouTube. Charlie is on YouTube now. He's growing, man. So make sure you go and subscribe to Charlie, and obviously go and follow Adam Man Red on Twitter. You know, I mean, always causing madnesses on Twitter, man. I like, honestly, you're my new favorite account, Adam, man, because you're madness.
This guy Maguire.
Yeah. Listen, I don't rate Maguire anymore, so big up to you. But Charlie, you know, it's a difficult decision with Martial. But you know, there's a particular stat here that people are saying in terms of his drop-off minutes. When he doesn't play, his stats are very, very kind of like bad. Do you read into that much, or is that something that will come with regular game time now that a manager now trusts him? What do you make in that one in terms of drop-off stats?
Well, I only use stats to back up my eye test. I don't use stats just in isolation. For example, even as Adam said last season, if you remember that game that Martial was booed in at home to West Ham, Martial played a massive role in the goal that Rashford scored to win the game. If you think about the game away at Watford, Ollie's last game, when Martial and I think Donny scored the goal as well. When Martial was on the pitch, we played so much better. Martial away at Wolves, I remember he came on and made a huge difference. So Martial, for me, always makes obviously he's always going to have poorer games, but he does make a big difference when he plays in terms of the whole team. So I'm not that bothered. I don't use stats in isolation. That's why I don't focus that much on goals. But yeah, you make a good point about the booing as well, because there's some people who come out when Harry Maguire got booed and say it's a disgrace, and they're the same people that encourage the booing of Pogba inside Old Trafford, and then use an excuse, and they say that he antagonised the booing, and it's absolute rubbish. Said it really is. Like, it's just absolute rubbish. I just can't believe it. How people can say one player deserves to be booed and another doesn't. You know, I'm not a great fan of booing individual players. I don't think it really achieves anything personally. I've booed at Old Trafford before, but generally at the whole team, you know, at the whole performance. I don't think single players should be sort of booed individually. I just don't think that's right. If you're booing the whole team because of a poor performance, that's fair. It happens a lot. But the way that, you know, Pogba and Martial are treated compared to Maguire and players like that, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. But Adam's right as well. Like, it's always the institution ahead of the individual. That's what I always said. Like, I was happy for Martial to leave if Ten Hag didn't want him, as long as we replaced him well. But you know what? He wants Martial. Martial's played pretty well so far, so let's see what he does. But I'm not that bothered about numbers in terms of goals. I never have been. Some of the best players in world football in the last decades have been players that haven't scored many goals. So I'm not that bothered about goals side.
Absolutely. Just going to read a couple of super chats. Big up to Contra, my bad, apologies, I missed this one. What happens if Ronaldo comes back and straight to the first 11? I don't think the rest of the squad will take Erik ten Hag seriously anymore. Is that fair assessment, Adam? Could that be a possibility? Because at the end of the day, people are not understanding. This is Ronaldo, you know, and for me, that's why it's not a pressure, I think, on maybe the manager. No, sorry, in terms of the situation. But a pressure when the board are looking at thinking Ronaldo's on a bench. Then there's headlines. That's why I feel like Ten Hag has got to make an ultimatum and say, Ronaldo, are you in or you out? And what's going on? Because I need to know, because we need to plan ahead. You can't just bring Ronaldo back in and expect him to be on a bench. I just don't think you get that with Ronaldo. He's not a bench player. He's someone that's either starting or you take him out of the squad completely. Where are you?
He's 37. This is not the Cristiano Ronaldo we know.
Like, but I get that, Adam. But it's a problem though when you put him on the bench. He's gonna soak. You see what he does, man? He's throwing his shin pads.
Exactly. You know? But you know what? This is just like a child that needs discipline.
No.
Sorry.
I don't. Statman, you're on mute.
No, Adam's right. He had that with Zidane. Zidane could control Ronaldo.
Exactly.
If Ten Hag's brave enough, he controls Ronaldo.
Exactly. Exactly. And Luis Enrique did the same thing with Neymar. He said that Neymar needed to watch the game from the bench. He needed to fall in love with the game again. And they had just splashed about 75, 80 million on the guy at the time. So at the time, Ronaldo, I think Ronaldo is one of the greatest. Of course he is. And probably the best goal scorer I have seen. But if he comes back, it shows an intent and strength from the manager and the club to say, you know what? You train and then you make your place into the starting 11 when you deserve it. And that sends another message to the other players. Because if Ronaldo gets treated that way, well, then Rashford knows what's up after that. And Bruno knows what's up. And Martial and Jadon Sancho, they can't have attitude problem if Ronaldo is getting the same treatment. He needs to send a message through the whole team.
Okay, fair enough. To
move forward. They can't be having fuckeries like that.
Absolutely. Big up to everybody still watching, man. Please, guys, smash a like on the video, people. Big up to NH. She says, can we get Statman to wear a Bane mask for our show? Listen, we'll see in it. We'll see, man. Knowledge Auntie says CR7 came off the bench until Martial fades. But again, I don't think that's understand that, but it's almost as if we're almost like waiting for Martial to fade. Like, we need to have a solution, man. We need to have a proper solution. Knowledge Anthony says if we had Liverpool's team, most fans would prefer this season Firmino scored 20 plus goals and won nothing instead of scoring 12 and a team winning Champions League. Is that a fair statement there, Charlie?
Well, there's been a few comments just to make it clear. When I said, of course, I'm bothered about goals in terms of we need to score goals to win games. I'm on about individual players. If you look at the way that teams like, as the comment brought up, Liverpool, if you look at front threes around Europe, or generally front twos, one of those front three or two has got to be more of a link-up player, more of a player that doesn't score as many goals. If you look at Liverpool, Firmino. If you look at the way that Chelsea play with their system, if you look at Manchester City, Bernardo Silva doesn't score that many goals. You know, if you look overall at Manchester City's whole team, they share the goals around the whole team. This is what I'm talking about. So when I talk, of course, I'm bothered about scoring goals, but I'm not bothered about having one player who can score 30 goals. I'm on about a whole team. If you play better as a team, link up play better, keep the ball better, keep it more intricate, press better as a team off the ball, you'll generally score more goals anyway, because you're going to have more possession in the opposition's half. You're going to keep the ball there. You're going to frustrate them. You're going to tire them down, and you're going to score more goals. So that's what I meant. So, but I think our fan base doesn't get that. That's what our fan base doesn't get. They think Bruno, just because he scores 30 goals, is a fantastic player. Bruno. I've always said I think Bruno can adapt slightly to Ten Hag's system. I think Bruno's a decent player, but he does need to improve the way he plays football in this system. And he already has. And people will not prefer that way of playing, but that way of playing will improve the team. We've already seen it. Man United have scored 4. I know it's against Melbourne, Liverpool's, some of their young players, and Palace, but we've played better football already, playing Eric Ten Hag's way, trying to move the ball from side to side instead of playing as many of those hero passes. We've seen the football improve already, and we're scoring goals. So you will see it. Teams that play better football, keep it more simple, play shorter passes, play more as a team, they score more goals than teams that have one or two players who look to, as we saw with sort of Bruno and Rashford under Ollie. You'll never get anywhere playing that sort of football, unfortunately. If you want to win the league against these top teams, you need to play more as a team and share the goals around. That's how football works.
Absolutely. Big up to Killis. He says Eric Ten Hag will sign an attacker before August the 31st. I think it's vital if you want to get success. The season is really long. We also have time still fill that. Big up to you, Shavam. He says, I don't believe in booing players, but the media's obsession of protecting English players is way too much. When Martial and Pogba got booed at OT, where were the media then? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But it's one of them, man. And there was also a comment from Gold Pranks, like, everybody's a United fan here, man. So when Martial does well, we'll give him praise. We don't have an actual agenda against Martial. You know what I mean? Nobody on here does. Everybody wants him to do well. My thing is, I'm not part of the Martial FC group or the Martial Hive. I'm not. I'm just cautiously optimistic because every time I feel like, we're getting somewhere and we have that consistency, I feel like I get let down. But again, I don't blame it on him. That's one thing I don't do. I don't blame it fully on him. But, I just want to know if the manager if he doesn't get firing, have we got a backup in place? And is Ronaldo going to be backup? Is he want to be backup? And that's the question we need to ask ourselves. If Ronaldo does leave, Statman, what will we do? Like, will we get
go get a striker?
No, but where's someone getting Scamacca? Depay, would you take Depay?
Take Depay on a loan. I think the price is not too bad. I'll be honest, like 20 mil, I think it is. But I'll be honest, man, I'm not like fully.
Is he too similar to Martial? Is he not too similar to Martial?
Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced on Memphis Depay. I'll be honest, innit? Like, I think he's a decent player, but I'll still kind of be a bit wary of it, kind of thing, innit? But at the end of the day, we said it before, the striker market is not great. Like, I would have loved Scamacca, but obviously he's getting West Ham for, I think, like 40 mil. I don't know, innit? Like, no matter what, if Ronaldo leaves, we need the striker. Like, we cannot be going into the season with Martial as the only number 9. Yeah. This is what people need to realize. Like, as you lot can think Martial is the best player in the world, we still need another number 9. Yeah. Like, we're in the Europa League. We need a minimum of 2 number 9s. And because right now, say Ronaldo does leave, Martial is their striker, our backup is Rashford. You do not want Rashford playing in the 9. Like, everyone knows that.
God forbid.
Adam don't even want him playing on the left.
Who would you get there? You've got Jonathan David. You know what I mean? Big up to Canada. You know what I mean? Would he be someone that you'd be thinking of, Adam? Jonathan David?
I don't know him, to be honest. Don't know enough.
Oh, there you go. Even if you're from Canada, you don't even know him. What's going on, man?
Nah, can't have an opinion. I have to be honest
here. Charlie, Jonathan David?
No, not for me. Look, I wanted Nkunku. I thought people talked about Bundesliga tax, but I didn't agree with that. I think Nkunku had the fundamentals to play on the left, on the right as a 9. Obviously, I think he's signed a new contract, hasn't he, Nkunku? So that's finished. But I'd take Ivan Toney. I'd take Ivan Toney personally. I think he's a no. If you watched him having Eriksen and Toney bring the band back together, those two, honestly, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Toney's a very good player.
What about the Austrian striker, Statman? Kalazic.
The guy that Nogelsmann wanted.
I can't pronounce it.
The 6'7" guy.
Yeah.
He's not a bad player kind of thing, innit? Like, the profile player he is. But I'll be honest, like, we said it before, the striker market, like, no one really stands out, does it? Like, I'll be honest, you know who I really like? And he can play across the front line. You know the Club Brugge striker, I think he's going AC Milan, that Charles Day.
Oh, yeah.
That guy I like. But no one's really convincing, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Benji Godzilla says here, big up to you guys. Maguire starting the first game of the season ahead of Bailly is as bad as Ronaldo starting ahead of Martial. And that's a true, sad fact we know. Big up to Maliha says 17 million for Depay is a steal. We paid that for Dan James. I'll take him in a heartbeat. He will fit the system. You know what? He will fit the system, but I just don't know if is he effective anymore. Like, I don't know, Charlie, is he effective anymore, Depay? You know what I mean? Barcelona hasn't hit the world of light. You know what I mean? And they play, like, you know, in terms of a team game. You know, why is that? What do you think, man? Depay?
Well, beggars can't be choosers at this stage. We're in a bit of a we're quite close to the season. I mean, what are we? 2 weeks tomorrow, 2 weeks on Sunday, isn't it? The first game of the season. So
man.
16 days away or something like that. We haven't got long, and people are talking about, you know, Toney and Depay, they're not good enough players. When Ten Hag signed Haller, did you think that was a good signing? Not many people did.
No,
when Ten Hag signed that Berghaus as well from, I think it was from Feyenoord. You know, did people like trying to think of any other signings he brought in that were sort of lower? Any others like Daley Blind, for example? A lot of people thought Daley Blind, he's left Man United, you know, he's finished at the top level. Look what he did in the Champions League. So, in my opinion, I've always rated Daley Blind, by the way. I think just a lot of people thought he wasn't good enough, but I think he's a top player. But Ten Hag will sign players. You look at a player like Malacia, not many people knew that much about him. I think he'll be one of the signings of the summer. I really do.
I think so as well.
I think he'll be a very good player.
Tadic as well. Klassen,
exactly.
Maybe I'm underestimating the manager's kind of abilities. You know, maybe we are, but you know, right now it's. I feel like it's just the fear of leading one striker in the season.
Well, I got a question.
Yeah.
At the start of the window, like if we had known Ronaldo's leaving, would you have signed Nunes?
No.
I don't know.
You know what? I wouldn't like say, you know, when people are saying no to Nunes and whatnot, I think for me, I wouldn't go as my first option. You know what I mean? But then again, am I just looking at it in hindsight? No, hindsight's a wonderful thing, man. But I would have said no from the start, though. I would have been like, nah, not my.
No, because I think everyone said no to Nunes originally, innit? Because of the price we had Ronaldo.
Well, United
but
went for him, though. United
but I think now, would you not say the situation like if we had the option now?
Yeah. We have a good coach and we need someone up front.
Let us know in the comments, people. Would you have said no to Nunes?
He lacks his overall game is missing. It's missing. His overall game just isn't there for me.
Yeah,
but then if you use him as a box striker, you know the pros of his game kind of thing, innit?
Yeah, I think there's a strong case for both, to be honest with you. I hear what you're saying, Statman. I hear you.
Because I'll be honest, I was thinking of it the other day and I was like, you know what? I probably would have, you know.
Yeah. You know what it is, though? Again, like I said, man, you know what I mean? A lot of people didn't want certain players and then they end up coming to the football club and then you end up changing your mind. Like, you know, you want to be open-minded. At the same time, it might not be aesthetically, you know what I mean, your kind of striker, but I think once he scored goals, you would have, you would have taken him. So it is what it is, man. And big up to Contra. What happened to swap deals in transfer window? Why we United tried to unload some of the deadwood swapping players and some cash we got 9 cents about because there's no value in them, man. Maybe Bailly now might have some value, but the rest, I don't know if they have value. Go on, Adam.
No, I just said it's difficult to swap because there are agents and this and that. It's difficult to get it done.
What about Ronaldo? Swap for João Felix. How about that?
Bro, that's the easiest thing.
You don't even have to test the waters. You need to
but I feel like swap deals don't really happen in football, really, innit? Like, it's more of like a FIFA thing, really, innit? Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, it used to be back in the day, like about 5-10 years ago. Like they used to do a lot of swap deals, like that player plus this player plus money. But I think players now are saying no to it. Like they kind of like, it's about pride, innit? Imagine being used as part of a deal. Nah, man, players are just not doing that anymore. Big up to Nate H says Depay getting service from Donny, Ericsson, and Bruno. Yeah, that's true. Big up to Knowledge Anthony, man. Listen, love to everybody that sent super chat, man. Memphis is balling and starting for Netherlands. He is on and off at Barcelona, yes, but they have switched managers. He has injuries. He's another one that has a lot of injuries. He's had injuries, but he's more than complete than both Rashford and Martial in the last 2 years. Again, you know, Statman, he has another player that's got a lot of injuries and niggles because of his kind of a bit stocky. There's a lot of muscular injuries.
Yeah,
you know. Are you willing to take that risk, Statman? Again, that's the situation. You have to put into consideration if a player is not injury prone, but does get a few niggles here and there.
I think it's what Charlie said, isn't it? We're desperate at this point. If Ronaldo leaves, we need a striker, which is why I've said, like, I can get people like wanting the pie. I said it before, just get him on a loan with the option to buy. Just see what happens for a year. We're gonna need like a stopgap striker. He's that guy, and if he performs, then obviously you got the option to buy him. And if he doesn't, then he's still back in Barca's books in it. But that's just the way I look at the pie. I'm not really fully convinced on him just yet.
Yeah, Wijnaldum, I think did they terminate the contract today? I heard about it.
He's going Roma, isn't it?
Oh, he's got Roma. Mourinho, man, he's clever, man. You know, he's getting a lot of good signings. You know, I'm Roma next season. I'm getting my Roma shirt, man. I don't know about you guys, man. I'm shameless, man. You know what I mean? Roma next season, man. They're gonna take that Juve shirt and throw it in the bin, mate. I'm telling you. Nah. Listen, it is what it is. But like I said, man, we've got 2 weeks left until the season starts here. You know what I mean? Is there a dangerous game here, Adam, that we do start the season with Martial, obviously, and Ronaldo? I still think Ronaldo does come back to the club, but he's got till September to find a new club, by the way.
Yes.
Because the transfer window is close to September. So if he plays well and scores goals, he can go to another club. And if someone gets injured as well, he can go to another club that has Champions League football. So for me, I think he's got time on his hands. If he starts the season and Martial's not firing, and then he comes on the pitch, starts scoring last-minute winners like he's done for United in the past, and he's off the bench, because we don't know what Ronaldo that comes off the bench. He might be even more powerful than he is starting on the pitch. Yeah. Where do you see that kind of dynamic there?
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, he has time, as you said. He has time. And the season starts quite a few weeks before the end of the transfer window, so... I just, even though I love Martial, or I very much like him as a player, it's too light. We can't have only Martial. It just doesn't make sense. And as Statman said, even if Martial is the best striker in the world, and he's not, you can't be going into a season with just that guy. And we lack balance in our winger as well. Like we have Rashford and Sancho who are not the same. So if you go and get a striker like Nunez, well, then you can't really have Rashford because he's more of a goal-scoring winger. So then you need to balance it with a more proper wing, type of proper creative winger. So that's why I understand the reasoning in getting Anthony before a forward, because if we get an injury to Martial, well, then you have Rashford and the two wingers, Sancho and Anthony. And if we manage to buy another striker that is more of a Darwin Núñez, Lukaku type of striker, well, then you can drop Rashford and Martial, who are more of a goal-scoring threat out on the wing than Sancho and Anthony are players. So we lack balance in the wing, in the wide areas and in the striker areas. And this is why I'm still fuming that we didn't get that guy, Julian Alvarez, in January for about 17, 18 million euros. Looks like a good player to me. And 17 million, it's not that big of a risk. And we just don't have balance. Let's suppose Anthony Martial gets injured and we have another striker. And that striker is someone like Lukaku, for example. Then you have Lukaku and Rashford and Sancho. You don't have balance. You don't have balance. So you need.
Is this the right rants? Is this the right rants? Your man said we never left, mate. Listen, man, I'm not sure, man. When the Sevilla days, man, you was quiet, bro. You was quiet. I'm telling you, he was very quiet.
Of course he was, man.
You know,
you watched one game and he was like, Sevilla dead, and that's it.
Yeah, man, you get me. But yeah, man, big up to Rants, man. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. You get me. Martial FC stand up. Get Aubameyang, Arsenal in the mud. Listen, I'm just gonna look at some free agents. You know what I mean? People don't judge us in it, man, because we have to be realistic. Yeah, Andre Belotti. Charlie, what do you reckon? Andre Belotti, 28.
Well, I watched a bit of him at the Euros, but I have to be honest, I haven't really seen a lot of him for many years. But that Grealish guy, I think he's supposed to be a very good player. Yeah, he's going to. Yeah, he's supposed to be a very good player. But I don't know any. Well, I don't want any of the other players on that list anyway. I don't think Januzaj.
No,
Suarez.
I don't think we ever get him, man. Isco's a free agent.
Yeah. Are you saying no to Suarez?
Yeah, I'm saying no to Suarez, man. He's a prick, man. Never bring him back, mate. Never. After what he did to Evra, mate, never. Big up Shavami says, imagine if Jose wins the Europa League with Roma. Come on, man. We're there, man. We're there, man. You're
going to get a Jose tattoo or something, I can.
No. Oh, man, they bought him, man. They're about to sign Gianluca Scamacca, man. Here we go. Yeah, man, 36 million, man. You know what? Have we missed a trick, man, in Scamacca?
We are just a transfer.
Ooh, you don't want Cavani back?
Listen, Cavani can stay there, mate. All of a sudden, nobody wants him, man.
Semi-retired.
Oh, Mertens is available. I didn't know that. Dres Mertens is available.
No, he was 35 as well. Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't know that as well, man. Diego Costa.
He was late. I thought he was like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcelo, man, proper attacking fullback right there, you know.
Yo, crazy. But we've got too many, man. Not many strikers out there, man. What's going on? Fabregas is available.
Isco as well. If we didn't get Eriksen, I think Isco would have been a good shot.
Yeah, that would have been a good shot. Yeah.
Juan still available.
Juan still available. Still available, man. Let's see if he's on the second screen. Did they get better or did they get worse? Worse, sorry.
Alfie Mawson. Oh dear.
Bentley's going Brentford, innit?
Yeah.
Good signing. Who else is out there? There's no strikers, man. Can I change the thingy to strikers position, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change the striker. Main position. Should I just put centre forward? Right, let's show that. So we got all them what we said there. Master Cavani. Yeah, this is peak, man. Caicedo. What is
Oh,
this?
Berahino still plays football.
Yeah, Berahino's still about, man.
Still only 28 as well. Wow.
No way, mad.
That's crazy, that.
Yeah.
Or is that Joe that was in like the Brazilian squad at one point?
Can't lie, man. This is embarrassing, man. Look
Sure,
what we're doing,
man.
people.
The
Look at
throwbacks,
this, man.
Throwbacks.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here, man. Let's get out of this place.
Nah, Saeed, man. Take a punt on a player, innit?
Nah, man. This is embarrassing, man. No strikers around, man. I can't lie, man. What happened to the free market, man? The free market used to be good, man.
Ah, he's dead.
Yeah, man. Oh, Nuruddin's back in, man. We're just about to wrap up, Nuruddin. What you doing, Nuruddin? Oh, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, Ramsey's saying there, we just need to cut Memphis or Tony and call it a day. Why are you looking at these peasants? Yo, listen. I don't think Ivan Toney is not going to go and leave Brentford when they're about to start the season, man.
How much do you think it costs?
Yeah, exactly. How much?
30.
I think it costs more than that. English striker.
Probably more than.
Yo, Nuruddin, what are you telling me, man? We're about to wrap up, man.
It's Scamacca. It's Scamacca. Inject that into my veins. Man United, go and hijack Scamacca, mate. Gianluca Scamacca. Inject that into my veins, mate. Talking about there's no strikers, mate. Have you seen that kid potential? 23 years old. Brilliant hold-up play. Can play left, right, and centre, mate. 6'5", all day. Get that ball in the box, mate. He's heading it, mate. Get that ball in the box, mate. Scamacca's all day, every day, mate. What time did it start? 7? I thought it was at 7:30, bro. Sorry, bro. I've been out and about, man.
It's all right, man. It's all
been
right,
hectic.
Man.
Talk to me, man.
We're just talking about Martial. Give your opinion on Martial and whether.
No, we're short, man. Listen, we're short, bro. We're short. Like I don't trust Martial in it, and his muscular injuries, bro. I don't trust his injury record in it. I rate him as a player, but I don't trust his lifestyle of the picking it, cheating on the misses right, left, and centre, and then going on the huff and puff and all of that stuff, and then getting injured right, left, and centre. So we're definitely short. Today, I don't know if you talked about it, but the press conference, Ten Hag agitated me. He's getting sick of this, man. He's getting sick of this. When they tried to push the kids on him, he was like, "Nah, the kids are not ready, mate. I need quality. I need quality. I need numbers."
Yeah,
he already told them, mate. He told them. So it's going to be very interesting, but we're going to need more than that. We've got 3 or from one of them gets injured, back to square one, mate.
Yeah.
Back to square one. To me, I would give Ahmad a chance in it, but I'm not the fan base in it. Some of the fan base think Ahmad's not the guy.
Everybody's turning on Ahmad, man. Everybody's saying.
Yeah, I know that, but listen, but that's our fan base in it. That's what they do, bro. Like, that's our fan base. That's what they do. That's what they do. They choose to hype. Now that the new toys, the new people that they're hyping is Zidane and Savage in it. They're the new kids on the block in it. The new toys. Even though like I rate both of them, like, but they're not ready. They're not ready, mate. They're not ready to give you like 20 games, 15 games. For me, Manchester United need to sign a striker, either Ronaldo stays or not. Man United need to find somebody on the right wing.
Would you take Ivan Toney? Would you take Ivan Toney?
Yeah, but I want Scamacca though. I'm telling you now, Brentford would want more. I think now the price has been set. Sassuolo want at least 40 million, and West Ham have bidded 35 million or something like that today. So go and get the guy, man. Hijack it, man. Hijack it, seeing it.
The latest is now. I don't know if you've seen it, but they've agreed a fee now. No, sorry. Full agreement finally in place. Euros. 36 million euros with 6 million add-ons.
Nah, mate. Go and hijack that, Man United. Do it, man. Just do it. Do it, man. Man United need to go and do that. But listen, we're short anyway. 100%. Man United are short in midfield and wide areas. Facts. We are. Because I just looked at the fixtures. We're playing mid-weekly, mate. Before the World Cup, there's mid-week Premier League games, mate. Right, left, and centre. So many games to get through, and it's going to be very contested. And also, now that Man United are under this new fitness, you already see players breaking down and can't cope with a new fitness regime. So what happens when the season kicks off and they have to press? Nah, mate. And you got 5 substitutions for a reason. So Man United they need recruitment, mate. To me, Ivan Toney, Brentford, if you go in this late in the day, they're going to expect 60 million. He's not worth 60 million. At the most, he's worth 30 million.
Yeah, especially when, the striker option is absolutely terrible. Big up to Nate H. Ahmad could not get games for Rangers. Come on, fam.
No. Stop the propaganda, man. Stop the propaganda. Listen, if they're not obliged, they're not invested in his talent. He was on loan there. Tell him to behave, man. To behave with the negative talk, right? For me, as a youngster, especially Ahmad, you played for Man United before. You were playing in the Europa League. Sink or swim, mate. Sink or swim. Get found out, mate. Get found out. See what you're about. Facts. But Man United are short in midfield, and I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried because Ten Hag's worried.
Wait and see, FC. That's what we said.
There we go. Yo, like I said, transfer deadline. I'm there, United Real Therapy Live, mate. We're doing it. Wait and CFC officially is going to have his 2 pence. And people are going to be taken to the gulag, mate. To the gulag. Straight to the gulag.
Who are you talking to, man? You have to be...
Everybody, mate. Everybody. Everybody's going to be... Man United, to me, I'm charging Man United crimes against managers, mate. I'm telling you now. There is another manager, another preseason, another manager talking about, I need numbers, I need quality.
Yeah.
To me, the Frankie de Jong thing is that, to me, listen, I don't blame that on the club here. I blame that on Barcelona.
Same.
Yeah, so I'm not. But Man United need to move and go and get other players. Get Anthony wrapped up, even though I think he's still carrying an injury. Is he still training by himself, by the way, Anthony? He's still training by himself, yeah.
I'm not sure.
So it's going to be very interesting. But it was worrying what he was saying today, man, because the journalists would try to frame the questions and push the youngsters onto, and he's like, nah, I need quality, mate. I need quality. And it's going to be so many games. But to me, the Ronaldo saga is pissing me off a bit, because if genuinely it's for family, I understand that, and I wish him and his family well. But he wants to leave as well. Like, Man United have to sort it out ASAP, man. They have to sort it out. They have to sort it out. You either staying or you're leaving. Like,
not 100%. 100%, man. I think we'll get to that. I think sooner or later, because Ten Hag needs to put an ultimatum. So we'll find out, man. We'll find out. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna wrap it up here, people. Big up to everybody who's joined in the Friday debate show. Like I said to everybody here, make sure you smash that like button, man. It's free to do it. It's help support the channel. And yeah, man, Charlie, man, let them know where they can find you. Your channel is in the link in the description. Make sure you go follow him, but let them know where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, just Threadman Chazza on Twitter and YouTube. You know how we do things, just doing some analysis, things like that, looking at the preseason games. Tomorrow morning, I'll be in-game doing some talking, as always, on Twitter. A bit more positive at the moment as well with what we're doing. So let's hope we have some more positive times. So thanks a lot for everyone for supporting, as always.
Absolutely. Statman, let them know where they can find you, man.
Just Statman Baines on Twitch and YouTube, innit? We'll be back with rants on Monday as well, that hater.
Yeah, that's it, man. You get me? Big up to Adam Man Red. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter for all your latest commentary. Yeah, exactly. Propaganda. And United Real Therapy, man. Are you live tomorrow, Nuruddin?
You know what? 100% after the game, man. I'm going to do my proper match reaction and get into the Eric Ten Hag comments, because I don't think many of the fans really understood what he was saying, man. Try to read between the lines.
Absolutely. Make sure you go follow Nuruddin. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow for the watch along. Tomorrow, I think it's 10:45 kickoff, man. Can't lie to you.
Yo, send me the link half time, man. Send me the link half time.
All right. Cool. I will do, definitely, man. Make sure, people, you come and join me 10:45 tomorrow for the watch along. United versus Aston Villa. For now, people, like the video. Follow everybody in the chat. It's been a very, very good debate show. Big up to everybody who's super chatted today as well. Love each and every time. And yeah, man, we're out. United.